Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely. Are you having fatigue and loss of desire? This is greatly affecting quite a few women, and it is tied in very deeply with your reproductive system. But here's the odd thing about it. A lot of times if you go to check it out, which I do recommend, make sure that you have a baseline of your own health. Check yourself. Make sure that there's nothing more serious. But if there's nothing, there is more to that than meets the eye. There is a need to completely integrate your brand new template. Now, what am I talking about? There is a template of relationship for and from 5D. And what that means is you're using much higher connections to navigate, manage, and operate here from this level, but from a higher level. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that take a lot of the guesswork out? Doesn't it take a lot of the mental calculations and things out of it? Doesn't it eliminate you from having to carry around a file cabinet? Yes, because there is a thing to know. You start getting your own clarity on things. So when you work with me, your own specific soul-driven directives and guidance can come through for you. That is my gift, as I help you with the merges that are necessary for you to alchemize, upgrade, and heal. Now, after you heal, there's part of you that has to naturally do some other stuff. If you are feeling fatigued, what could that have to do with? Well, there's areas of your body where the brand new template anchors, and those areas will usually go into some kind of a slowdown. And it can be different at different times. So I can't predict all that unless I meet with you in my groups, in my workshop, or in a one-on-one session. Why are you fatigued? What do you feel like? I mean, it's more than probably what you don't feel like. You don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like continuing on with certain things. You don't feel like this journey is helping you. You don't feel like your life is really fulfilling for you. Now, that's different than feeling suicidal. You could feel like, your life isn't giving you back what you've been putting into it. Okay, where is your return on your investment for yourself? I mean, after all, you're here, right? Haven't you given and given? It's like that old expression, no thanks, I gave at the office. You're tired of giving. You're tired of all the stuff, right? And here I am saying, but here's what you need to know. When you work with your light body, you energize, you rejuvenate. Now, there are people, I just heard someone the other day, they were saying things like, I have this mission, I want to accomplish these 3 things before I die. And his objective was he wanted to elongate his life. He wanted to truly have rejuvenation well into his elderly years so that he could somehow stave off global warming. That's one of his objectives. Now, I think that's a group effort worldwide. We all have to make an effort on that. So I applaud him for that. However, that's a lot if someone thinks they're going to take just, one person is taking that on their plate. We all have to participate, right? But that actually sort of surprised me of why would he want that? What he didn't say was, I want to live healthy with the person who loves me and have the person who loves me also be healthy. Now, a lot of us forget about that when we're thinking about our missions or, why are we fatigued or work, or even if you're questioning, if you feel like, well, I just have no energy or enthusiasm for work, and you start saying, maybe I should do something else, and then you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm too tired to even think about it. It's just exhausting. What would I do? What would I do? I could drive pizzas, but no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work part-time. Okay, you need your mojo back, you need your juice back, you need your 5D connections, and you need the upgrade. You need to up level, and I know how to help you do that. And furthermore, you would be surprised how with a little bit of effort on your part, it starts taking on because there's a momentum that we create. Now, you can't abandon it either. You cannot just give up. And if you have started something, you need to see it through. I understand that last year a lot of things got derailed for people. But believe it or not, some people really put the priority into working on themselves. And that was a beautiful thing because it will pay off. A lot of people think we're going back to the normal as it once existed. But I can tell you that your new normal means that the structure of your life has to upgrade, it has to elevate. It means eliminating certain things. It definitely means getting rid of toxic stuff of all types of things. It means getting along with people. Now, that's another thing I want to touch on here, is that if you get along with people, you could have differences of opinion. You could have different mindsets. You could be at different vibrations. And you know what? For your light body, it's okay. Because there's a part of you that actually expands your tolerance for almost everything. You could see the most stupid ass stuff. You could sit there and say like, wow, somebody should do something. And you won't feel completely detached. Your own vibe starts setting solutions into place that maybe you don't have to do. But you bore witness to it. And yet you tolerated it to the best of your ability. Some things are no longer expected to be tolerated, okay? And we're seeing it all over. We're not tolerating certain things. We're not putting up with it anymore. Yes, there has to be, the shift has to actually bring some shifting, okay? But rather than get angry, upset, all worked up, wear yourself out, please focus on yourself, because everyone is bringing something here. And you can't really do what you need to do, even for yourself, if you feel fatigued, exhausted, worn out, undedicated, unenthusiastic. You've lost your desire. You've lost several kinds of desire. You don't know what you want to eat. I mean, these are all tied in there. And it's a real thing. And it's different than clinical depression. That's the weirdest part, is people will say, I think I'm depressed, but I'm not really depressed, okay? You have an angelic side to you. And a lot of people will be like, ta-da, ta-da, okay? You're actually an angel with a human body. And yes, there are sides to you, and all of those sides are integral to who you really are. So if you are feeling vaguely depressed, weirded out with a lot of stuff, fatigued, you feel lethargic, no enthusiasm, please reach out, have a session that will recharge you, and join my group workshop coming up here. Join it, because you are going to find that the proper self-care, the proper 5D self-care, okay, which is different than using, some of the stuff out there that you see, because a lot of that is very ancient, okay? You may not know what to do when your life grinds to a halt. I know how to help you with that, because there is a reason you are grinding to a halt. Thanks so much for watching. Reach out with the questions, twinflamesmerge.com. Thank you. Bye.